Okay, this is a video on how to memorize a phone number within 24 hours or any sequence of numbers. Not any sequence of numbers, but when I mean any sequence of numbers, I mean like a phone number, ID number, stuff like that. A phone number or ID number. And let me explain the system. The system is that it must be something. It must be something. Parentheses, a symbol or place or object that the number reminds you of. And then B, you have to create your own symbols for each number. And then number 2, to memorize a number, keep writing it down and say the visualizations out loud. Eyes closed or open. Once you have a good run through, stop. And then after that, 3, you get out your phone number and you say your number out loud. You write down each digit and you keep repeating until it's memorized. And I'm going to give you like an example of how I did this. I got Amazon's 1-800 phone number and I just memorized it. It's 1-800-201-7575. This is how I memorized it. I went and I counted how many numbers were in the whole toll-free phone number. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I split up each one into 4 numbers except the last 3. I split up the 1-800 into 1,800. I split up the 2017 to 2017. And I split up the 575 into 575. And then for 1, I visualized the number 1 as a park center. And then for 8, I visualized the number 8 as breast. And it doesn't matter what order you're doing it in, because you're always going to remember if it's the same number. But for 0, I memorized I visualized it as a bowling ball, and for the next 0, I memorized it as a head, just a head, just like a person's head. And then for 2, I visualized it as a shoelace, and then for 0, I visualized it as a skull, and for 1, I visualized it as an arrow. And for 7, I visualized it as an alligator. For 5, I visualized it as a wheelchair. And for 7, I visualized it as a foot. And for the final 5, I visualized it as a pirate hand. And this is how I did it. I went through the step A and B, which is it has to be a symbol. It has to be a symbol, or a place, or an object, or it could be a person if you want. And then I created my own symbols, which is what I just led you through. And then I kept writing it down and saying the visualizations out loud with my eyes open at first. Well, my eyes closed at first, but then I did it open. I did it with my eyes open eventually. And then after that, once I went through it like 5 times, the minimum number of times you should go through it is at least 5 times. I went through it 5 times. And then after that, I was able to memorize the visualizations for it. After I went through it, I got out the phone number, which I hadn't memorized yet, and I kept saying the number out loud and writing down each digit one at a time, and I kept repeating it and repeating it. I'm going to look at how many times I did it. I did it around 6 times. So, again, their phone number is on 1-800-201-7575. Again, their phone number, Amazon's toll-free phone number is 1-800-201-7575. And this is it. And I think it's almost like the Dominic system, but it's a little bit, in my opinion, it can be your opinion too, but it's almost like the Dominic system, but it's a little bit better, because with the Dominic system, what you have to do is, in order to memorize a phone number, you would have to go through 99 different objects or persons, and that's what I did at first. Like around a year ago, I memorized like 99 objects in person, but even with 99 objects and persons, but even with that, it took me a while. It took me a while to memorize it, because I didn't fully memorize it, because there was too many things I didn't know. But when I thought up this system, I don't know if anybody else has thought up, but when I thought up this system, I had just like thought to myself, what does the number look like, or what does the letter look like? And then after that, I just designed the system. I'm not going to sell it or anything. I don't want to make money. I don't want to make a penny off of it. I just want everybody to be able to know this. So again, what is their phone number? Their phone number is 1-800-201-7575. And that's it. And maybe in a few weeks or a few months, I'm going to try to think up a system on how to memorize a deck of cards. I'm not gonna think of a system on how to cheat at stuff, how to cheat at a card game, because I don't even play card games anyway. But I'm not gonna think of a system how to cheat on card games. If you wanna, you're gonna go to jail anyway, or they're gonna kick you out of the casinos if you think of a way to cheat at like blackjack or whatever at a casino. They're gonna kick you out of the casino, but that's just you. But I'm just gonna think of a way to memorize a deck of cards, not to go around cheating at games and stuff, just to go around and amaze people. So I'm gonna try to think of a system on how to memorize a deck of cards, and then I'll post it up under this account, Conspiracy General. That's all. This is Conspiracy General. Thank you. Bye.